And later on, what seems unrelated, he uses similar words. So these two get anchored with each other, because if you're a careful reader of Quran or a memorizer of Quran, then you're like, hey, Allah used that kind of word here too and here too. So he's creating a sort of a subtle mental connection between two things that are far apart within the same surah. Yeah? The words are, اذهبوا بقميصي هذا. اذهبوا bi, which means take away. Take away, or go with. Early in the surah, فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ, same word, فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ وَأَجْمَعُوا أَنْ يَجْعَلُوهُ فِي غَيَابَةِ الْجُبِّ. When they took him away, and they reached consensus, and they gathered together to put him in the darkness of the pit. They took him away. Now, this is an interesting wordplay by Allah Azza wa Jal himself. The first time we saw take away was when they took him away. And ironically, the one who took them, they went with him to take him away, is now telling them, take this shirt and go. So dhahaba is interplayed with each other. It's contrasted against each other. It's interesting also that there they said, وَأَجْمَعُوا. They gathered. And what does Yusuf say to them? Go with this shirt of mine and bring me, your families, the entire gathering of them. Ajma'een. Ajma'u, ajma'een. This is a play on those words too. Then there's another interesting thing. He didn't say, put it on my dad's face. He said, drop it on my dad's face. Or cast it, or almost like throw it on my dad's face. Put it down on. Alqa means put down. Now, if someone's standing, you can't put down a shirt on them or on their face. Perhaps subtly, the imagery of the ayah is suggesting that Yaqub alayhi salam was sick. He was crying so much. They were saying you're going to die of sickness by crying. So possibly he's bedridden. And when someone's lying in bed, what's the only way to put a shirt on their face? Drop it on them. So the word drop, alqu, may suggest that he's lying in bed. He can't even get up at this point. And then the shirt is put on his face. فَأَلْقُوهُ. It's also interesting that in the Quran, this verb is used for transformation, miraculous transformations. Musa's staff, which is lifeless, Allah tells him to do ilqa of it, alqihi, throw it down, drop it, it'll turn into a living snake. And now you're finding, throw this shirt to my almost lifeless father, whose eyes are losing life, and he will restore. Right? It's interesting in the story of the staff and the snake. سَنُعِيدُهَا سِيرَتَهَا الْأُولَى. I'm reminded of those words for some reason. We'll restore it to its original state. Right? And here, Yaqub alayhi salam's eyesight will be restored to his original state by the casting. It's flipped. There, when you pick it up, it'll restore to its original state. Anyway, so there's this interesting connection to the word casting or throwing, which has to do with, in the Quran, it's associated with miraculous transformation, okay, or divine intervention. Now, he said something else that's really beautiful in this ayah. Every word in this ayah is just so powerful. Take this shirt of mine, throw it on what? My father's face. Wajhi abi. Well, hold on, your dad too. And so many places in the Quran, when in the surah, what did they say? Your father. He has a father, your father, our father. Those are the phrases that have been used. So the father has been associated with your, our, etc. Yeah? What does Yusuf alayhi salam say? Put this on your father's face? Put this on our father's face? No. Drop it on what? My dad's face. Mine. Let me tell you something. Those of you that have kids have experienced this. Yusuf alayhi salam has been deprived of his father that he loved so much since he was a kid. There's not a day that's gone by that he doesn't think about his dad. Now he doesn't have to hold back anymore. Go take this to my dad. That's my dad now. I get to say he's mine now. And you know what? This is such a profound mirror from what happened in the beginning. You know what they said? Get rid of Yusuf. يَخْلُ لَكُمْ وَجْهُ أَبِيكُمْ. وَجْهُ أَبِيكُمْ. Your father's face will be only yours. It will become exclusively focused on you. Your father's face will exclusively be focused on you when you get rid of who? Yusuf. And ironically, in the end, Yusuf is saying, alayhi salam, his face and he is mine. Give this to my dad. Put it on his face and put it on my dad's face. I get to take ownership now. You were so jealous and so worried at one stage that he's mine and all mine. You were so worried about that. You know what? Deal with it. Now he is mine. It wasn't like that before, but it is now. I'm going to claim him. His emotions for how much he misses his father have come out of these words and just saying, my dad. Like what his heart must be feeling, I can't wait to see him. How is it going to be when I see him? I've been waiting for you for so long. I've been praying for you for so long. I have missed you so much. The kind of tears they must have shared when they see each other. Just these words coming out of his mouth, how he must have had just tears rolling down his eyes. Take this shirt of mine and put it on my dad's face, on my dad's face. It's also important for you to know that he knows that they've been mean to dad all these years. He knows that. And he's saying, you didn't act like he was your dad. So I'm telling you, now he's mine. Just like you didn't act like he's your brother. So I said, this is my brother. Remember that? وَهَذَا أَخِي. Because you didn't treat him like yours. So you know what? He's under my shade now. And you didn't treat dad with the right respect. So he's my dad, and you're going to put this shirt on my dad's face. That's what you're going to do now. So, اذهبوا بقميصي هذا وألقوه على وجه أبي. Then he says, يأتي بصيرا. He will become someone who can see again. And it also means he'll come seeing. He'll come seeing. What that means is his eyesight will be restored, which we talked about, but one dimension we didn't talk about. Yusuf alayhi salam's alive. I get to see my beautiful boy again. Remember that one of the qualities of Yusuf alayhi salam is his beauty? He was a beautiful child. And to replace that beauty, Yaqub alayhi salam had no choice but to say, I must find beauty in something else now, and that'll have to be sabr. So he said, sabrun jameel. One thing beautiful has been taken, I have to replace it with something else beautiful. But I've replaced it long enough with that beauty. I did my sabr jameel now. I get to see my Jameel Yusuf again. And how can I see him if my eyes don't work? So it's like you put your mind to work to restore yourself physically. Like my eyes have a reason to see now. I want to come back to my boy and I want to see him. I will fix my eyes. I will stop crying. I will get better. I know I will. You know what this is? The people are in hospital. They're given a bad diagnosis and then they're told you should have hope. They're like, yeah, I have hope. But actually, when you mentally and emotionally lose hope, you have nothing to look forward to, then your physical body starts giving up also. And people that never mentally give up and say, I will walk again. I will do it again. They can fall 1,000 times in physical therapy, and guess what? They're going to be running a marathon in 2 years. And it's happened 1,000,000 times.